Hello and welcome to Let Me Be Your Game Guide. This is a little bonus episode about a little demo games. Join us as we preview games and share our first impressions for the remainder of this episode. Let me be your demo guide. And we got another demo today. 10
Lords of Leaping.
Thank you. 10 Lords of Leaping. I can't keep these damn numbers straight. 10 Lords of Leaping. We're back with another demo on the 12 Days of Demos.
Heck
Here
yeah.
with the whole LMBYGG crew.
Ooh, nice.
Thank you. I almost messed it up.
Well, I was trying to
LMBYGG?
Limbig. I was trying to.
Nobody says that.
Well, we all see why. Take it away, Shawn.
Yeah, Shawn, tell us about your
Please
demo.
help.
Okay. All right. So the demo that I played, the title of it is Aldo, Memory of the Kingdom. And it was published and developed by Melico. This is their first game, so they haven't done another one. Release date is scheduled for 2025, so sometime next year.
It's coming.
It's an adventure, exploration, fantasy kind of RPG game. When I first started the game, the graphics are like very cartoony, which worked well. But they also recommended right off the bat before you even started playing to get a controller. They're like, it's better if you play it on a controller than mouse and keyboard. So when you first start out, there's these two kids who are talking to a king. And the king's telling this really long story about this red ogre that he fought. And the kids are like, no, please just tell us the beginning of when the kingdom got started. And he's like, okay. And it almost reminds me of How I Met Your Mother, like the beginning intro to that.
Oh.
It looked very much like that. And then he's like, oh, let me tell you about my story. And then it like pans back to when he's young. And what the main story is that you're trying to grow your kingdom in this world. And you start off on like this platform. It's like a cliff floating world situation. And you travel to another island so you can try to save some folks and bring them to your kingdom. That's part of the main quest, is bringing people to your kingdom so your kingdom will grow. Also, you're trying to get materials so that way you can grow your kingdom, build things, and do stuff. The levels are all like platform based. So there's a map with 4 different worlds that you can travel to. The first one was called Simpland.
What?
SIMP land. So
No comment.
Yeah, so that was interesting. But you go there, and once you go there, it gives you access to a bunch of different levels. So you have to, from level 1 to however high it went. I only played for about an hour and a half or so. It was a very long demo, but I didn't get through all of it. So, but you play through these levels, you get equipment and materials, so you can get, different armor, different weapons, that kind of thing. But you're fighting these like goblins in a sense, and you're trying to get material to bring back to your kingdom and save a bunch of people in the process.
So is this like an action game?
Kinda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like what is the fighting?
It's very like RuneScape-y.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's very like RuneScape-esque. Like I only had a sword and a bow and arrow, but you walk around, it's very just like attack. Like it's nothing crazy. I didn't get any like special moves or anything like that. There is an auto attack feature built in, so you can just run around and it'll automatically attack for you. While playing, the movement was not the best. And it's still a demo. They say they're still working on it, like no big deal. But the movement was a little hard to traverse some spots because each level is like this cliffside area. And so it's hard to kind of explain, but you're on like platforms essentially. And you go to these different encampments, save people, bring materials back. But trying to traverse some of these areas was a little bit difficult. The menu is hard to navigate a little bit. Like if you try to go to your menu so you can change like your sword out, it's really hard to like toggle between the sword options that you have or the weapon options that you have in what you're trying to pick, it was a little hard to navigate. No music. There was just sound effects. There was no real music in there except when you went into your kingdom. There was like a little, I don't know, medieval flute thing playing. But outside of that, it was pretty no music involved. There are sections where you have to like defend your kingdom where people will come and attack you. So you have to build like a gate and defend your kingdom. That was pretty much it. It was fun, but slow. Yeah, I didn't get too far into it. I mean, even an hour and a half in, I felt like I still had another hour and a half before I was done with the demo. Like, it was a pretty slow going game of getting stuff. But it was a lot of fun while I was playing it. I'm excited to see what happens when they actually launch it and what that's going to look like. But overall, it was fun. Yeah, it's like a kingdom builder RPG in a sense.
I was going to ask if there was like a city building aspect because you were talking about like bringing people back to your kingdom.
Yeah.
And, like,
So is it like kind of sandboxy? Like, do you have a lot of choice on how you do things?
No. Well, so in the kingdom, there was like signposts, and it was like build a tavern or build a barracks right here or build your gate, and that was kind of it. I wonder if the farther along you play, the more it would expand.
Yeah.
But it's not like you get to pick where things go and that kind of thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you could like pick the order you build things. Maybe it
Yeah,
sounds like cool.
100%. Yeah. Because you need certain materials to build certain things and upgrade them and all that. So, yeah, was really fun, but just a little slow. But yeah, I'm excited to see what it's going to look like in 2025.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
What was it called?
Aldo, Memory of the Kingdom.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah. There was one funny part where I died to some goblins, and it comes back to the How I Met Your Mother scene.
Oh, yeah?
He's like, "Oh, wasn't that really funny? Now let's continue." And like, yeah, continued on. So I was
that's
like,
cute.
yeah, so that was kind of cool. And there was like a choice to like either remember that part or forget that part, which I wonder if you forgot, you would get put, like it would go back. But I remembered and it brought it forward. So
interesting.
there's an option in that. But
There's like potential for like another element of like RPG-ness there.
yeah. And also while you're in the kingdom, like you have a counselor. That's the first person that you save. They turn to your counselor and they ask you like, "Oh, we want to do this thing. Would you choose this or this? Like, we want to go hunt out at night, but we're afraid because there's monsters out there. What would you like us to do?"
Oh,
So
there's like
It's
some
like a-
choices matter.
yeah,
Choose your own
so there's
adventure.
so there's some choices involved with it. So it was pretty
Oh,
cool.
that sounds cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Join us tomorrow for the next demo of 12 Days of Demos. Give the podcast 5 stars if you liked what you heard. You can email us with any comments, questions, or constructive criticism at letmebeyourgg@gmail.com. You can also send us any game requests if there is something you would like us to review. You can find us on Instagram at letmebeyourgg, and our Patreon can be found at patreon.com/letmebeyourgg. Thank you for listening. We can't wait to see you tomorrow, and thank you so much for letting me be your demo guide. GG, y'all.
Bye.